Welcome back to the channel. This is going to be our energetic check-in for the collective. Yet again, we are in not our home, a different location, and we're just trying to provide some sort of reading while we're away from our typical location. So please forgive us. We do have a limited amount of tools available, so there are no charms today, unfortunately. And I packed some other tarot cards, just another deck, but I think this is the one we're going to go with. It is the Moon Shadow Floral Val Tarot deck that you can find on Amazon if you are so inclined. I strongly encourage people to learn tarot if you watch tarot card readers, just so that you can pull your own reading from the cards. And that's specifically why the camera is facing towards the cards, not towards my face, is so that you can pull out and glean data from the cards. You're gonna know, using your own intuition, what the card may mean for you. You might pick something out that I do not see. And again, everyone has this innate ability. It's just about harnessing it and practicing and just, I guess, trusting yourself, trusting your instincts. So here we go, guys. What does the collective need to know? We did a reading last night, so hopefully, if you're inclined, you can find that on our channel. That one's that one is not came out upright, so it kind of wants me to continue. Okay, let's see what we got here. I'm going to show you the cards as we go too. All right, the first one pulled the Hermit. Okay, and it came out in reverse, so you couldn't see what was going on. So the Hermit is really someone who is taking one step at a time. There is light shown on a path, but a very limited amount. You can only see what the lantern provides. So there might be something within your sphere that you don't have full knowledge of yet. And it does take a great deal of trust to take a step forward when you do not have all of the information, right? So the Hermit might actually also be hinting at some reclusive habits that you might be having. You may be drawn inward, actually, socially or physically speaking, away from a group of people, away from a crowd, more focused on the individual. Then we have the Ace of Wands. So this is action. So where we are coming from is this reclusive state, and then we are taking our wand, our Ace of Wand, and she actually has a wand in her hands, a walking stick or a wand. The wands are always going to be about action oriented, and the Ace of Wands is a good platform for any endeavor, for any action forward, for laying the groundwork for something that you want to accomplish. Look at that. I'm hearing rewriting our stars. Okay. After that, we have the Five of Cups. So we are mourning something that we perceive as a loss. However, with this upheaval or this quote-unquote loss, we are still gifted to other cups. We have to have that insight. We have to have the knowledge to know that we have that behind us. And that might be that restrictive energy that we are putting on ourselves. We are lying in this energy of lack, and we are not acknowledging what we have been gifted and provided for, because we are so focused on the lack, the absence of something. We have the Nine of Cups. So typically this is depicted as a man who has cups in front of him or laid out on a table, and behind is a curtain. It's kind of one of those like door number 1, door number 2, or door number 3. And that's really the question, is which is the path forward? Which will you choose? Now, this is also, I feel, is a good card because it's hinting at a surprise around the corner. And I typically do not see surprises as negative because there's possibly some realignment coming for you on behalf of God. So where we are now is this hidden spot of not knowing the way forward, and there is a secret coming out, and we are being afforded gifts from God. We just have to acknowledge them. Sometimes people are removed from our sphere. If this is a loss of an individual or a friendship, they're removed for a reason. And you have to have that insight to know that it is for your greater good. If this is a relationship, perhaps the removal is ultimately to your benefit. We do have the 6 of Swords, so that's movement away from danger. That is a positive movement away from or after a battle or some sort of calamity. It's a beautiful card, isn't it? So you are taking action and movement forward. It's just that you don't know everything quite yet. I apologize about the position of the camera. Again, limited resources where we are. Okay. Here's that intuition coming in. So we have the High Priestess. So again, the maiden who has the ability, the mediumship, the psychic energy. I feel like you have to lean on that, and you have a little bit of self-doubt even though it is present. And I'm wondering, is this because not everyone in your family has acknowledged it or perhaps tried to stifle it? But you do have psychic ability. The Magician. So again, you have all of the tools, you have everything needed to pave a path forward. You have the Ace, the Cup, the Wands, the Swords, and it's divine. You have the Infinity or the Mobius strip. There's something about lapping back on a past event or some sort of past event coming back to you. But you're wiser this time around, and you have everything. You have everything, like Felix the cat, you have everything in your bag. Temperance. So carefully balancing multiple different factors, mixing situations that could be hostile or not as pleasant, but you're doing it with grace, you're doing it with ease. Okay, 7 of Swords. So a battle and a victory. Feeling like you're typically depicted as somebody running away with a bunch of swords, and there are in the background the camp, and there's some sort of theft going on. I don't know that this is theft so much as it is something happening like a thief in the night. There's some sort of swiftness, I feel like, and you're being called to pivot rather fast. I feel like you typically like to have a little bit more time to make a decision, but you're being called to pivot faster than what is natural or comfortable for you, because you still want time to mourn the loss, but you don't feel like you're being afforded it. Again, that's where that intuition comes in, and knowing that you have the capability and the power to see this through. We have, after that, the Queen of Swords. So this is typically depicted as a woman who is a widow or a divorcee, and she is seen as someone who is very sharp with the language she may use. Also very, she might be seen as cold, but again, she is a person who is mourning something. She's mourning a loss. She also has that life experience, and it might have caused her to be a little bit callous. You might be asked to see the world in a different perspective. She has the capability, because she has that time, she has that life experience behind her that has caused her to be this way. Let's see if there's any clarification come out for us. Okay. And we've got the Fool. That's the journey. So the Fool is the individual who's on that journey or quest. And it's very fitting because we started with the Hermit, who was almost scared to start, failure to launch, really self-doubting, right? And then we have the Ace of Wands come in, and we see the Magician come in, and the High Priestess. It's all of these things saying you have the capability. And the Fool is really starting off on that adventure, on that journey. And there is still some self-doubt because we have the Daisy in our hand, and I feel like we're like this or that, this or that. There's still the back and forth mental turmoil about making decisions, but you are actually having forward movement. Okay, and we ended with the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands is more self-assured than obviously than the Hermit. We are on our quest, we are on our adventure, we have our horse in hand. We are actually journeying at a faster pace now. So again, that's all about having that self-assurance, moving forward after some sort of loss, or some perceived loss. Again, there's a surprise coming, and you're being gifted something, you're being afforded something that is equipping you with every tool available from God, from the universe. You just have to choose to use it. All right, thank you so much for watching, friends. As always, we will be seeing you in the cards. If you like card spreads like this, subscribe, like, comment, all those things. I don't know that I have a hype button. I haven't reached that level yet, but we are on our journey too. So we will be seeing you in the cards. And remember, always look for a tarot card reader who lays the cards out for you so you can see and build up your own intuition and hopefully glean messages that they might have missed for you. All right, have a blessed day. Bye.